I thought I'd show a little bit of paint.net in case you are curious about using it. I'm going to go to Google and let me enter in mountains, and then click images. And sometimes it's hard to pick the right image is the hard part that isn't copyrighted and so forth. I won't really care about that here since I don't plan to use this for anything. Let's look at this one. I'm going to right click on it and click copy. If I go over to paint.net, then I can do an edit and paste in a new image. And I bring in that mountain scene. Now that's kind of a small image. Let me delete that. So I just come up here, click that, close it. Say don't save. And view image. Okay, that one's bigger. I'm going to right click on it now and click copy. You can also right click on it and say save picture as, and then load it into paint.net. I'll do an edit, paste in a new image, and then we've got our mountain scene. Okay, I'll come back over here at Google and enter in some kind of cartoon character. Cartoon. Cartoon fish. And I'm going to right click this one and say copy. There it is. Come over here, I do an edit, paste in a new image, and I bring that in. You see I got two images across the top here. And I want to choose no, maybe I'll choose this one. I'll right click that and click copy. Come over here and do an edit, paste in a new image. Okay, so I'm going to take this first yellow fish. I click the image up here to switch to it. You can switch back and forth by clicking these here. And I'm going to zoom to make that a little bit bigger because my eyes are bad. Come up here, the window, and zoom in like that. Now, if I do the paint bucket, let me show that tool first. You see I got black chose. Let me choose some odd color like this one. If I click over here in white, then it'll fill in all the connecting white pixels. So you see it finds all those. Now you can play with tolerance up here to have it choose more or less, but that looks like it worked fine. There's different tools over here. There's a magic wand here. If I come over here and click this, see how it you can't see it real well, but it's selected all that. Now if I do an edit cut, see it cuts all that. So again, what I did, let me do a Control Z to undo it. Control Z again, is I chose the magic wand, and then you chose that particular purple. Now the reason why I chose purple is because I didn't see any purple anywhere else in the image, so that was a good one to choose. Since all the pixels are chosen that color, then if I do edit cut, it cuts it, and now you see these little squares here. That indicates transparency. So I can do edit, select all, do an edit, copy, come over to this image and do an edit paste. And you can do an edit paste or paste in a new layer. I like paste best. And usually that's transparent. That's interesting. Let me do a Control Z. Control Z again. Let me just do an edit paste and a new layer. There it goes. Learned something myself. I don't use this as much. But now you see the image is there, and I guess I had to do a new layer to get it to do that. And I can see through it. You know, the around image. So you want this image to appear like it's part of it. I suppose fish in the water probably makes more sense, but I'll leave that there. Now if I just click this rectangle select, and I just click over here, then I'm outside of it. Now that's this layer here, and then our mountain is still this layer. So to switch back and forth between the layers, that's you just choose whichever one. Now I brought in that image. Now I also want to bring in my other fish. So if I come over here and I'll zoom, make it a little bit bigger. This one's not so easy because the different colors of blue, and that's why I chose this one. You know, if I chose the magic wand here and I've clicked this up here, now if I do an edit cut, see how it left a lot of the little pieces there? So it's not so easy. It even, I think it cut some of this out. Let me do a Control Z. Maybe I'm lying. But anyway, you can see some difficulty there. Now this tool requires patience, and I don't usually have that much patience to actually use this correctly. But if I'm looking for the lasso. Where's it at? Move selection, move, rectangle select, lasso select. If I choose lasso select, and I go around and I draw around the image. So come up here, draw. It doesn't have to be exact. It kind of guesses based upon the different pixel colors. And I don't have a very good eye or a very good hand for this. But I go around, keep going around, and I won't spend a huge amount of time on this. Oops. That's a way too far out. Okay. And I'm doing a really poor job here. If you go close in, then it will select based upon image. It's not because I have a good eye in doing that. It's automatically adjusting itself based upon the different colors. Okay, well, I think you'll get the idea on here. Seems like I live in a train yard. I'm not sure what the eye is there, but there, go around. Finally get back near my starting place. And now if I do an edit cut, see how I got fairly the image. And I can do an edit paste. I'll paste in a new layer here. And you see our image. And if you look closely, you can see the little blue tint around some of it where I didn't spend a whole lot of time on it. Some of it looks better than I thought. You know, it all depends upon what you're working with and what kind of precision you want. I like that. Now, before you can really do much with this image, like if you wanted to save this and put it in your document type of deal, there's a flatten somewhere. Where is it at? Image flatten. So you choose this, and it flattens all those layers, so you can't work with them anymore. Right now, if I choose these different layers, like if I choose this one, which was a yellow fish, I can well, I got my selection tool. Oh, I got to deselect. So I do an edit, deselect. Okay, now I'm on the yellow fish layer, and I can move the yellow fish still. So no problem. I click here to where the blue fish is, and I can click and move the blue fish around. But once I do a flatten, and somehow I move the entire picture there. Obviously, I'm not a genius at this. Oh, it's got everything selected again. That's weird. Well, it doesn't matter. Since that's the only thing on that, when it puts that visible line outside you see it disappears when you select anything. But anyway, if I do move that back down. Control Z. Control Z is our best friend. Click the blue layer. Come down here and move that down. And then again, can come over here, and if I just choose a little selection tool and select it up here, then it'll take selection off. Or you can do edit, deselect. But if I choose image, flatten, then all of a sudden it's just now one picture, and I can no longer move these fish. They're now frozen in that position. So layers are nice for you to move things until you get them where you want. Let me see. There's if I want the sky to no longer be there, it would be a different color. Again, I can choose the paint bucket, and let's say I want the color to be I don't know, red sky. If I click up there, See how I changed it, but I also changed the mountains. That's because of my tolerance. If I do a Control Z, I'm not very good at this. I'm not sure which way direction to go. Let me choose 22%. Then click up here. And see, it just changed that. So tolerance will tell it based upon the color of the pixel you chose, the surrounding pixels, how close does it have to be. If I chose over on this side 100%, it probably would have changed the color of everything. So now we got our red sky. You can choose text here, and you can choose a different color. What goes with yellow? Nothing. Yellow, or I mean, what goes with red? Yellow. And come up here. That's 12. Let me change it to 72, and I'll say algebra land. You can grab this little corner down here. See, and put my mouse over it and hold down my left mouse button and move it around. Now this doesn't put it on a separate layer, so if I take the selection off and come down here, then I can no longer edit that. If I come up here, see, it's not like a separate object. So let's see, what else is there? Line tool, pencil if you want a freehand. Paintbrush is somewhere. Paintbrush is there. If you want to pick a certain color, like that let me zoom in. Over here, remember I had that blue, and I didn't necessarily want that. Well, back over here, let me do Control Z to put the fish back. If I did an edit, cut, and do an edit, paste in a new image, and zoom. If I want to clean that up some, I can choose the color picker here, and if I want to automatically or I want to change the color of these, then I can choose a different color, choose that, and that'll pick that color, and then I can use a paintbrush to kind of clean it up. You can also use your magic wand at this point. If I click the magic wand and choose this, you can kind of see how it just chooses so many pixels. If you change your tolerance more, then you choose that, you'll see it choose more. Now these have to be connected. So if I choose that, then come up here and choose that, then I can do an edit, cut, choose this, edit, cut. You can see it doesn't take that long to clean it up. Edit, cut, and keep going around. I'll quit this. It's kind of tedious. Like I said, I don't have much patience for cleaning up the image, but you can see you can clean it up fairly easy. That's why you don't spend a huge amount of time on the lasso going around and selecting that, because you can use this. It only works well if the images are distinct. That's why when I work with images, I try to look for ones that have quite a difference between them. If they're both relatively the same shade of blue, something went wrong there. I cut out part of the eye, I think. Okay. See, I'd probably want to do some close-up work for that. Photoshop has that magic wand. What did I just select there? I don't know. Then zooming in even more gives you a little bit more precision. Let's see if I can get the eye without cutting too much that away. Edit, cut. Oops. Now look what all it's selected. But you can see down here the eye, unfortunately, has different colors around it. So again, if I wanted to clean that up by hand, if I had the patience, I choose the paintbrush, come down here, choose black, and I come paintbrush. And the brush width is 2. You can change the size of that. Oh, I have selected. Edit, deselect. Then you come up here and see you can draw an image. Control Z, and I want to change that back to 2. Change it to 1. And I come here and click individual pixels, so that there's a true color framing the eye. There we go. Now if I do the magic wand, it still might grab too much. We'll try it. Edit, cut. I don't like that. But after you've done that, you can go and you can draw the image around the eye if you want. So it's not a perfect. And realize I'm not that great at these tools either. Still got too much blue there. But I could play with the tolerance to select it. And you can see that I got fairly cleaned up there. I still see a little bit. But now if I do an edit, select all, edit copy, and I come over here to my mountain image. My mountain image. Edit, deselect. Oh, it's zoomed. Looks like I moved the entire image. I don't know what I did. But anyway, do edit, paste into new layer. And now comparing the two, you see that they're it's cleaner. So you can get it cleaned up. Doesn't have to be perfect. Again, depends on what you're working with. There's enough mixture of greens and yellows here where it's not a big deal. And let me choose background. Edit, undo, and edit deselect. I hate the fact that it selects everything for you by default. And okay, move that up there. Looks like the canvas size has changed. You could resize your image to fit that, or probably the easiest way, I'm playing with this, is set these to purple. And it's not letting me select this over here. That's interesting. Well, I guess another easy way is just do a selection and select just what you want, which is that right there. Now realize that my other fish is still on the other layer, so if I copy it at this point, it won't get that piece. So let me do an edit, deselect, and do image, flatten. And now if I choose my selection tool up here, rectangle select, and I highlight that, and then do edit, cut, and edit, paste in a new image. Then got rid of that outside border. And again, you can see I'm not an expert at these tools. I don't play with them that much. I'm not that creative. I wish I was, but I'm not. And somehow I got rid of my text up there at the top. I don't know what I did. Just moved it or something. But at least that gives you an idea of how to use the basics of the tool. You can create some, if you've got the patience, you can create some really nice nice images with this. Oh, and then the last thing is if I wanted to put this into like a Word document type of deal. If I do an edit, select all, a very easy way. Just doing an edit copy. You come over to Word and come up here and go wherever you want to put it, and then you do your edit, paste, and you put your image in there. So again, I'm not gonna. I know how to use the tool somewhat. I used to be a lot better about this about 5 years ago when I still taught the game development courses, because we'd have to create our own images to use in the games, or not create our own, but we'd have to modify existing ones. So you'd have to get rid of the background pixels, and so the game would be considered a transparency. And for game development, this background, for it to be a transparent, had to be this pink color. Anyway, that gives you an idea for the tool anyway.